We're a tribe of warriors. In ancient times, we were responsible for patrolling and defending all of Natlan.
Wow. Wait. Is this like the extension of Natlan?
Still managing to sow discord even after all these years.
Chasca.
If you want to resolve a conflict through dialogue,
There's a lot going on audio-wise here. I'm overwhelmed. Wow, that looks cool. Is that Sitlali's area? Ororon!
And Granny won't let me.
Granny? If I hear the word Granny again, I'm gonna remove my own eyeballs.
500 years later, and the three surfaced again.
Capitano.
I worry that we risk repeating the mistakes at the Cinder City.
The new environments look beautiful.
As long as the soul is involved, I should be able to help.
Ooh, Chasca, Ororon team up. Whoa, what? That's a cool boss. Is it like an electric deer? There's a lot going on here.
Knock him down.
That's crazy. What was that? She's diving in from Fortnite.
The final moment truly arrives. We must fight harder than ever.
Wow. Tapestry of Spirit in Flame. That was really cool. I really enjoyed that, y'all. Why is her gun flying? Yeah, she's like riding around on that thing. It looked like at one point she like strapped it to her back and she flew up in the air. That was crazy. It's Chasca's home. I thought it was Sitlali's home. It looks like purple, black. Doesn't she come from like the night something area? Like her and Ororon come from the same tribe, right? She controls her flying gun with a leash. Is that really how it is? Is that really how it is? That's the Pearl Seahorse Clarin boss. Oh, see, I don't have a Clarin. I lost my Clarin 50-50 Satch. Ororon looks like an HSR character. He does. Honestly, I kind of see that. I think the Natlan designs are like really, really modern, honestly. I don't know if it gels perfectly.
Hey travelers, welcome to the Genshin Impact version 5.2 special program.
These guys are awesome, by the way.
Team.
Gabe,
and
you rock.
Kai, we meet again.
Kai, excellent job, homie.
Want to join us?
Hey, don't be shy. Come out and say hello.
Cute.
I'm not sure what that meant, but it was adorable.
She approves of your compliment.
Hey, I didn't
Noises.
know you could speak Saurian.
Saurian
Oh,
noises.
I can't, but I can make an educated guess based on her body language.
Whoa, are all Cucusaurs as friendly as this one?
Adult Cucusaurs are usually very proud creatures, but there are always exceptions.
Well, since our Cucusaur
I like the
friend kicked
area.
things off for us,
Like
I
this-
know just the place to start.
The setup, the background.
Flower Feather Clan.
All right,
Flower
let's do
Feather
it.
Clan. That's Chasca's clan.
Cucusaurs live among the Flower Feather Clan, which is suspended high above the mountains.
See, this is
This is a
Chasca's
tribe of
color
warriors,
scheme.
and most of their people can command the power of the skies.
Mm-hmm.
It was the Flower Feather Clan's ancient duty to patrol and safeguard the entire region of Natlan. As elite special forces, their
I kind of
job
like
was to
this.
detect
Being up in the
threats,
sky, like the
disseminate
sky,
intel,
flying the Sky
and
Force.
quickly
I kind of like
neutralize
this.
Any dangers to the nation. Though the
It's like, I like
circumstances
these
are
like
different now,
defensible
the tribe
positions.
never forgot its
I like
origin.
this
They still hold
canopy of the
trials to
Scions as
assemble
well.
The fastest teams
For
in
the
the
same
tribe.
reason.
The trials test a pilot's skill and teamwork with the Cucusaurs.
Yeah, up in the sky.
Oh, I'm so pumped about these Cucusaurs.
Yeah,
That dude was doing, like,
Cucusaurs
indoor
are the
skydiving.
proudest out of all the Saurians. They know that they're the kings of the sky.
Cool.
Cucusaurs can consume phlogiston to climb higher or perform a horizontal roll in
Yo,
midair.
okay.
Holding the sprint button allows them to enter an accelerated glide state after
This
a
is in the new
horizontal roll.
area, though. I wish
In
this was
addition,
when
they can even use
all of
phlogiston
Natlan.
wind tunnels to quickly cover great distances.
Okay, so I'm assuming that Cucusaurs are really hard to tame.
Yeah, that's true. You need to prove yourself in some worthwhile feat, like demonstrating exceptional archery.
You don't like
skill during
Natlan's
flight.
designs
That's the
because they're
only
very
way to
modern?
become a true Cucusaur rider.
I think
Wow,
Natlan's
that's
designs
so
don't fit with the rest of
strict.
Genshin
Yeah, tell me
as a
about it.
game.
But okay, now that we've got a
I think it
glimpse
clashes-
of the Flower Feather Clan, it's time for a quiz.
What? Already?
A quiz?
I hope you're prepared. Every tribe in that land has a unique way of
Oh,
communicating
God.
with their Saurian companions. The members of the
Is it
Flower
multiple
Feather clan
choice?
use a special item to summon their cuckoosaurs. What is that item?
A basket filled with their favorite foods?
Here's a hint. We just saw the answer in the previous video.
Oh, God.
I remember now. Horn.
Ding ding ding.
Sound making
Cuckoosaurs live
device.
far from the tribe and
The
from
horn.
each other.
It's not
So in
Google
order to
Translate,
summon
but I
them,
can see
the
why you say
tribespeople
that.
use whistles and horns to produce loud noises. So there's your overview of cuckoosaurs. Maybe they sound a little unapproachable compared to other saurians, but don't worry, travelers. If you get into a tough situation, then Chasca, the Flower Feather
Whoa!
Clan's expert peacemaker,
That was
can
smooth.
help mediate the conflict.
Knitch mentioned that her method of mediation is silencing both parties. Is that true?
Well, that's only in special
That's pretty cool
cases.
art.
Most
This
of the time,
pose and
Chasca
art of
barely
her,
needs to
she looks
intervene.
beautiful.
Everyone
I don't
knows what she's
understand
capable
the
of,
smack talk on
so
Chasca's
people
design.
usually find a way to set aside their differences when she shows up.
Oh,
I don't really like her
so she
character,
doesn't just handle
but I do
conflicts
like her
between
design.
humans and Saurians. She keeps
I
the
always
peace
have.
between people too.
Exactly. Chasca was corrupted by abyssal power.
I'm
as
not
a
gonna
child,
pull.
so she has a strong compulsion to fight, but she knows how to rein it in.
Right. I heard that she was abandoned.
Yeah, the
as a
JP voice is
baby.
Kaida
It seems
Yuko.
Like she's been through a lot.
Yeah, but luckily for her, the cuckoosaurs took her in and raised her as one of their own. In addition to hunting and flying, Chasca gained a lot of unique combat experience from her Saurian childhood. When Chasca is in your party, defeating monsters will restore phlogiston to your party. While she's in the Night Soul's blessing state, Chasca can ride and control her gun like a cuckoosaur. The Soul Sniper doesn't just increase her movement speed and resistance to interruption, it also allows her to get a better angle.
Flying around the Natlan map as
Wow,
Chasca
that
is going to be
mid-air perspective
busted.
Is so cool. It seems so liberating.
It feels
Yeah,
like the longer you
and
wait to
Chasca's fierce
explore
when she's in the
Natlan,
zone.
the
In
easier it's
Night
going to be.
Soul's blessing state,
I really might
Chasca's
wait.
normal attacks deal animo damage to enemies in front of her. Unleashing a charged attack in this state will cause Chasca to enter a special aiming mode. This allows her to lock onto a set number of enemies within range and fire up to 6 Shadow Hunt shells, which deal animo damage upon impact.
Okay.
In addition, for every Pyro, Hydro, Cryo, or Electro character in your party, one of Chasca's Shadow Hunt shells will undergo an elemental conversion to deal the
Yo!
corresponding type of elemental damage.
That's pretty
Whoa,
cool.
No way. So Chasca can directly deal other types of elemental damage based on the characters in her party.
Fire,
And since she's an
Hydro,
animal
Hydro.
character, she can swirl them at the same time. That's
Oh,
awesome.
Yeah,
oh,
I
and she
know,
swirls
right?
them
Her
too?
Elemental burst has a similar function too.
It's hot,
Chasca
dude.
fires a gale-splitting Soul Seeker shell during her burst, which deals animo damage. The attack
Like, look
then
at that
splits
pose.
into
Isn't that
6
ridiculous?
Soul Seeker shells,
You
which
can't
continue
lean
to
on your
attack
own
nearby
gun
enemies.
in the air,
These
man.
shells
That's
can also
ridiculous.
undergo elemental conversions.
That's so cool.
I
No
like the
wonder
thigh
she's one of
shot.
the strongest warriors in her tribe.
Speaking of her tribe, the warriors from the Flower Feather clan are formidable for sure, but we should also
Tribal
shed some
Chronicle
light on
Quest.
those who
The
aren't
trend
as
of Anemo
skilled.
characters
Oh, are
having
you
better
talking
movement
about the
continues.
wingless?
Wanderer
That's what the tribe
nerfed, yeah.
calls people
Wanderer
who failed the
benched.
flight trials, right?
Mhm.
They're the challengers
terms
who
of flying
failed to
around the
earn
map?
the recognition of a cuckoosaur.
Exactly. But the name doesn't indicate that those people are weak or deserve to be cast aside. The Flower Feather
Yes.
clan has its own definition of strength. There's a tacit understanding that the wingless are supposed to be protected until they can fly by themselves. But that assumption is challenged in Tribal Chronicles Tlalocan. Someone will dare
She's
to
a
ask,
gunslinging,
what
flying,
if you
half
didn't
pant
need a
wearing emo
cuckoosaur to
girl?
fly?
Right? I
If
might
you
have
could
to
change the
reconsider
rules,
not
then
pulling.
maybe there
for
wouldn't
her.
be any wingless to begin
She's
with. Now,
really
whether that's
beautiful.
the
I
right
don't care what
path
anybody says.
is
She's
for
so
us to
beautiful.
discover. Chasca will also be there to
You want that
help us
guy's
find the
hat?
answer. So
This guy?
Be sure to check out Chasca's Tribal
This guy? This
Chronicle
hat?
if you're interested in what happens.
Is there anything else that you can tell
Chat.
us?
I have not
Ah,
enjoyed the Tribal
remember how
Chronicles.
I mentioned
I
that
did
Chasca was raised
Mulaney's
by cuckoosaurs?
Yeah,
and
tell us about
Kinich's,
it.
and I didn't like him.
Her
I like
Saurian mother
Kinich's
will make
more
an
than I
appearance
liked
in this
Mulaney's.
quest. Even though she's joined human society,
I didn't just
Chasca
run to do
still goes
Shielinens
visit
either.
Her Saurian mother on occasion, especially when she needs some help with a tough situation.
That's her mom?
So Chasca still has
That
her
chicken's
soft
her
side,
mom?
even though she's a fearsome warrior.
Definitely. The
What?
Flower Feather Clan is also the setting for the Archon Quest Chapter 5 interlude. All fires fuel the flame. The tribe is facing a crisis, and they'll need the travelers' help to find a solution.
What
Dude,
kind of
I
crisis?
Well, the
could be
Flower
down for
Feather
this.
Clan suffered the worst of the abyssal contamination during the
Mhm.
battle in version 5.1. It's not just the human body that can't withstand high concentrations of abyssal power. For most people, it also damages the mind. Many members of the Flower Feather Clan are suffering from the
Dude,
mental
I'm down for a
repercussions of the
rebuilding
abyss,
patch. I
and the
love
tribe is in
logistics.
desperate need of aid. Iansan will be there too. After rebuilding her own
Yansan?
tribe, the
Yansan
Collective of
mentioned?
Plenty, she's traveling around Natlan to help those in need.
I love
People of
Yansan.
Natlan really value unity, don't they?
She
No
was
one
taken in
fights
by a
alone.
family in the tribe
That's
after
one
being
of
in the
my
wild?
favorite things about Natlan.
I believe that's
Oh,
true.
Wait. It looks
Yo!
like the captain will also be there.
Capitano's
Yes,
here.
The captain will also offer help to the tribe. You may pick up on some interesting information if you pay close attention to what he has to say. The
Okay,
captain
lock in. When
rarely
he's on
gives
the
away
screen,
too
lock
much
in.
information in his regular interactions, but his secrecy here seems a little peculiar. So keep an eye out. But of course, restoring Natlan's fighting spirit remains the top priority.
I feel
After all,
like
the war
watching
isn't
these
over
streams
yet.
like the
The
day
abyssal
before the news story
contamination is
updates
still
would probably
around,
be the best
and we
way
have a very
to get the
important
most of
battle
these
ahead.
clues.
Natlan needs mental fortitude more than ever before.
I like
The
that
Flower
version art
Feather
though.
Clan is pretty close
I like
to the
that art.
Masters of the Nightwind, where
That'll
the
make a nice thumbnail.
Ictonosaurs live.
Mhm.
That tribe could be
Why
another
can't we
good
see his
place
face?
to
Does he wear
recover
a
from the
stocking on
battle.
his face
Oh,
inside?
yeah. Let's check
He's
it out.
rotted, bro.
If you
He's
head
cooked.
west from the Stadium of the Sacred Flame and go past the towering walls, you eventually arrive at the settlement of the mysterious Masters of the Nightwind. The
Masters
tribal
of the Nightwind,
settlement
that's
offers
Sid
a
Lolly's
unique
tribe.
glowing landscape at night.
It's gorgeous,
If you
by the way.
venture even further, then you might encounter the tribe's Wath Ictomisaur Elder, or one of the many shamans who can communicate with spirits. I
Shamans?
even heard that the
I like
witch
shamans.
doctors who live there can help
I like witch
cleanse your
doctors.
spirit.
Oh.
Plus, the graffiti art is really incredible. In fact, there's something special about this one. Can you figure it out, travelers? It's kind of tricky, right?
Looks like a
Well,
bird.
Don't worry, the Ictomisaurs can help us out. Ictomisaurs are known for their wisdom. They
Ictomosaurs.
can
You
use
like
their
the
unique
bats,
sight
the
to detect
ictomosaurs?
things that can't be seen through normal means.
Oh my god,
Whoa,
stealth
okay.
walls.
Right. Ictomisaurs
It's
are
stealth
especially
walls.
skilled at detecting ley lines and phlogiston. They can absorb power from phlogiston objects to enhance their abilities. Doing so allows them to jump higher, move faster, or even obtain surprising rewards. Ictomisaurs can also extract information from graffiti art to create special objects.
Oh, I bet that'll come in handy for solving puzzles.
Okay.
Definitely, especially in Tribal Chronicles Mictlan, which will become available in version 5.2. The first
Ooh.
two acts feature a lot of intriguing
They also
puzzles,
get a Tribal
so
Chronicles.
be sure to check them out, travelers.
Interesting.
Some of them will require the help of an Ictomisaur, and others can be solved on your own.
I noticed that Ictomisaurs can perform fast-paced jumps when they have enough phlogiston, and it looks
New
like so much
flying
fun.
saurians?
Do we
Yeah.
know anyone who
There's,
can use that ability?
Seems to be a big
Besides the
focus
new
on
Saurian,
vertical
I mean.
Yes,
mobility.
Ororon can do it too.
Ororon
Like
can
the
do it too.
Ictomisaurs,
Okay.
Ororon has the
There we
ability
go.
to rise into the air. He also has a keen
Bro's flying
sense
around.
of perception. While charging an aimed shot, Ororon will enter the spirit speaker state, allowing him to extract power from Natlan's graffiti and runes.
Speaking of Ororon, I was honestly super surprised by his
He actually goes
personality.
pretty high up in the air.
Before the 5.1 Archon Quest, I thought that he looked like a stern, stoic, and harsh type of character. But as it turns out, he's just a sweet kid.
He's just a little guy.
It's kind of unexpected, right? Is he really that sweet, though? Just to think about all the sneaking around behind his granny's back.
The next time I hear the word
true.
granny,
The tribespeople of the Masters of the Nightwind are known for being eccentric. But
I'm gonna
Ororon
become
really takes it
an
to the
insane
next
person.
level.
Yeah, it sounds like he does things his own way. I wonder if that extends to his combat abilities.
It does. Ororon is a bit different from the Natlan characters we've met so far.
Okay.
He doesn't need to depend on the Night Soul's Blessing state to gain Night Soul points.
That's
and
good.
he can maintain the Night Soul's Blessing state.
I'm kind of over
even
the
while
Night
he's
Soul's blessing thing,
off-field.
honestly.
Ah, that does sound different from the other Natlan characters. So how do his abilities work?
Let me start by explaining how Ororon gains Night Soul points. This can happen in multiple ways. For example, Ororon can gain Night Soul points when one of his party members triggers a Night Soul burst. He can also gain them when other party members deal hydro or electro attacks to enemies after Ororon unleashes his elemental
It will be a thing
skill.
for most of them, most
Then
likely.
It sounds like he
It
works
will.
well with
I bet
Hydro
that it
and
will.
Electro characters.
Yep. And in combat, when
It's
enemies
not
take
like
damage
terrible.
from
Like I don't think
electrocharged
that the Night
reactions,
Souls blessing
or
stuff
other
is
party
terrible,
members deal Night Soul
but
line damage,
I'm kinda
Ororon
dumb.
can consume Night Soul points to enter the Night Soul's blessing state and trigger the Hypersense effect, dealing electro damage.
Oh, I see. So
Look at-
you need to
dude, you
pair
see
him with
him
the right characters
jump
if you want
backwards
him to
shooting
gain Night Soul
arrows?
points,
That.
enter the Night Soul's blessing state, and trigger the effect.
Exactly. Though I should mention that Ororon doesn't need to be on the field.
Is
to
that
trigger the
Ayato?
Hypersense effect.
Ayato mentioned?
Wait, he can trigger even while he's off-field? That
Off-field
sounds
electro?
really useful.
Totally. His elemental burst provides a convenient way to deal damage and support your party. Ororon performs an ancient reach roll with his burst to summon a supersonic Oculus, which taunts nearby enemies to draw them in. Once they're up close, the Oculus releases a sound wave to deal damage.
That should be great for crowd control.
He
Yes,
does look cool.
with
Ororon does
in
look
your
pretty
party,
cool.
dealing with
I'm
large
not going to
groups
build
of
him and I'm not going to
enemies
use him,
should be a
but
lot
he
easier.
looks pretty cool.
And speaking of making things easier, Ororon can also
Kinda
improve
done with the
the
regional
exploration
mechanics, TBH?
experience
Me too.
by boosting the gliding speed
I don't like
of your
him.
characters.
Awesome.
Ororon really cherishes his friends. With a little teamwork on his
My
side,
Natlan
I'm
characters
sure
feel like
victory will
bricks
always be within
in
reach.
the whole rest of the game.
Cool. So we introduced two of the upcoming regions in this update, the Flowerfeather clan and the Masters of the Nightwind. But there's more. Version 5.2 actually introduces another new region. It's called
And there's more.
Natlan.
Oh, I
Ochka
think we caught a
Natlan?
glimpse of this ancient city when we were
I don't know
looking
what
at
I
the
just said,
Flowerfeather clan.
but
It's really beautiful from far away, but those clouds look kind of ominous.
this
It
looks crazy.
Completely abandoned. Is it dangerous?
Yes. This is a restricted area in Natlan due to its severe abyssal contamination, and it
This looks
seems
pretty cool.
uninhabited. Over the years, many adventurers have come here in search of treasure or to slay the dragon. Unfortunately, none of them have ever returned. The Flowerfeather clan
Whoa.
often sends riders to patrol the area and to prevent people from getting too close.
Wait, did you say slay the dragon?
Yeah.
There's a
I know
dragon?
we introduced some adorable saurians earlier, but this creature is actually really terrifying. It
Whoa.
occupies this ancient city and guards it fiercely. If it detects an intruder, then it will attack without
Yo.
hesitation.
Okay.
This is pretty
that's
cool.
Pretty concerning.
It's easy to take human-saurian coexistence for granted these days.
We
but
have to,
it
like, it's like an
actually took
environmental
generations of
hazard.
effort to reach this point. This relationship
The
wasn't
dragon
nearly
come.
so harmonious
It's coming,
in the ancient
duck.
past. Travelers will need to explore Ochka Natlan to uncover the reason behind this dragon's rampage.
Yo, okay.
Of course, travelers won't have to do this alone. Here, take a look.
Oh, what's that?
This
Is this
a very
another
important
new
companion
saurian?
who will help us explore Ochka Natlan. His name is Kokoweek. As for his
Kokoweek.
power, well, why don't
You-
you take a guess?
Okay, is he our moral support? You know, maybe he could make a cute noise every now and then to cheer us up.
Hey, let's not put our Tapetlosaur friend out of a job. Little one works really hard.
He's just a
Okay,
little
Then
guy.
I've got nothing.
Remember how I mentioned that Ochka Natlan is heavily corroded by the abyss? Well, that's where Kokoweek comes in. We can use his power to clear abyssal contamination. Follow the direction indicated by his light to collect secret source scraps and enhance his power. Once Kokoweek has enough power, you can take him to track down the evil dragon.
What a useful little guy.
I know, right?
He's just a little guy.
Now, travelers can explore Ochka Natlan with two
Ochka in
companions,
means west
Kokoweek
in Mayan
and Little
language.
One. In fact,
Right.
I've heard there's
So,
even a
presumably,
special
we're
token
gonna
around
expand
here that can
west
enable
of
Little One to
Natlan?
traverse
You
a
think that's the
volcano.
idea?
A new adventure with Little One awaits in version 5.2.
You think that's the
This
idea?
update will bring us one step closer to uncovering the mysteries of Little One's past.
Little One, they're talking about our Saurian-
also help us
Saurian
explore
companions,
Ochka
yeah.
Natlan. For example, with the help of a Kaholasaur, we
Natlan
can
needs a
evade source
Trout's domain?
mechanism
Yeah, I
attacks.
agree.
With the help of an Ikitomisaur, we can solve certain puzzles. With the help of a Cuckoosaur, we might even
This looks
be able
really
to chase
cool.
down the evil dragon. But we'll leave the rest for you to discover, travelers.
Wait, are those some kind of lava fish? Does this mean we can fish in Natlan?
Yes, but
Yo!
I've got some friendly advice, travelers.
They're adding
You should be
fishing to
very
Genshin
careful while
Impact in
exploring
Natlan.
Natlan. Some of the abyssal monsters here can distort their appearance to mimic powerful enemies. High-level monsters such
Can you
as
all
the
believe that
Tenebrous
I've never
Papilla
fished
mimic
in
even
Genshin?
stronger enemies.
Huh? It looks like these monsters take the form of plants outside of combat.
Yep, that's true. The Abyss has corroded Natlan's ley lines, allowing
I like how
these
she just
monsters
got
to
off
read
the floor.
memories
She was like,
inside of them and mimic creatures
That
from
stuff on the
Tibet.
floor? I'm
How
just
do
gonna
we
go up in the
defeat
air.
them?
Travelers will need to use elemental attacks to break the enemy's protective void wards. Doing
It's
so
really
allows them
kind
to
of like
take
high
damage
noon, isn't
and
it?
causes them
You
to
lock
enter
onto
a
your
brief
target and
state
you
of
charge up
confusion.
6
Night
shots.
Soul
That's
Light
literally what it
elemental
is, isn't
attacks
it?
Are especially effective against these wards.
Wow, the Abyss has gotten so advanced. It's scary to think about how much harder
New
these
boss.
fights
This
will
is the
get
new
if
boss.
These abyssal monsters continue to evolve.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a lot of information to take in at once. But before we take our first break, we still have a couple of short announcements. Really short, I promise. First
More
up,
info?
Limited time exploration rewards will be
Of
available
course.
in version 5.2. Just like in version 5.1,
We love it.
travelers can earn up to 400 extra Primo Gems. And the rewards will be available all the way through version 5.3.
I still need to
It's
do
now
that. I
time
need to do my
introduce the
Natlan
event
exploration.
wishes. In the first half of
Banners!
version 5.2, travelers can look forward to event wishes from Chasca and Lyney. Ororon will
I
also
still think
receive a
lyney's
drop rate
rerun
boost.
is
And in
insane.
the second half of version 5.2, we'll have a returning
Zhongli
event wishes for
and
Dongli and Nuvilet. The weapon
Nuvilet.
banner will feature
I will
new
be playing for
5-star
Nuvilet.
bow, Astro Vulture's Crimson Plumage, and 2 new
Nuvilet.
specific
Hydro
4-star
Dragons.
weapons. Be sure to check them out if you're interested.
All right, it's time for our first break. Once we come back, we'll dive right into the event portion.
Y'all, so far so good. Pretty entertaining. Special program. The new areas do look really cool. It does seem pretty interesting so far. I really need to do my exploration. I'm so far behind in exploration. My brain just doesn't operate in that way. Ororon is on the first set. Yeah, he's crazy. He's crazy. He's crazy. Who is everybody gonna pull for? Are you gonna pull for Chasca? Are you gonna pull for Lyney, Zhongli, or Nuvilet? I'm pulling for Nuvilet, baby. I gotta get my Nuvi hobby. You're gonna pull Chasca when 5.0 came out. It's non-negligible. Honestly, I won't be surprised if I pull her. I wouldn't be like shocked if I pull her. I don't plan to pull her, but I wouldn't be shocked if I pull her. What?
Welcome back, travelers.
Welcome back. Let's dive straight into the
Sitlali.
event section. So in the first event, we'll get to learn more about the masters.
Who
of
were
the
those
Night
goofy
Wind.
goobers, right? That's what I'm saying.
In the version 5.2 event, Ikitomi Spirit-Seeking Scrolls, travelers will team up with Sitlali and Ororon to get to the bottom of a mysterious accident that occurred within their tribe.
New weapon.
Travelers will need
Looks
to
like a-
complete combat
what is that
challenges
sword? Yeah,
to
who's that
defeat
sword for?
enemies who try to disrupt the ritual. They'll also need to reconstruct scenes
Electro
from the tribe's
sword?
woven scrolls.
Looks like,
and gather
I mean, it's
lost
purple. It doesn't
spirits
have to be
scattered
electro.
Throughout the region. Travelers will only be able to uncover the truth if they collect all the clues. But don't worry, there are also various rewards to earn along the way.
Hi, Sailor. How are
including
you?
Primo Gems.
Ooh, I really like the vibe of this event. It looks like Sitlali is performing some kind of ritual. It's
Ooh.
also mysterious.
When a situation gets tough, it's Granny to the rescue.
I hate the
Definitely.
granny thing.
Sitlali and
I hate the granny
Ororon
thing.
have some really fun dialogue in this event.
I'm always grabbing the popcorn whenever these two interact. They're practically a two-person show. And speaking of fun, let's get into the
Like,
event
she's
gameplay.
so
First up
funny and
is
she's
the
so
Search for
energetic
Lost
and she
Spirits
doesn't look
minigame.
old at all. And then
Travelers
it's
will
like,
have to work together
Granny!
to
And it's
herd
like,
the
I don't
scattered
understand.
roaming spirits into specific zones to earn points.
It could
Pay
be for
attention to the
Sitlali. It
conditions
could
on the
be,
field
you
if
know,
want a
when you
higher
do these
score.
event
For
weapons,
example,
right? I
travelers
mean, you
can
gotta get the
jump on
weapon.
stone slabs that appear on the field. These slabs will break open and release even more spirits. Storms may also appear during the game. You can track down spirits more effectively if you pay attention to the direction of the storms.
In Evil Banisher, travelers will need to select the
Evil
right teams to
Banisher.
complete the objectives. Completing all of the objectives will award you the Banishing Aura, which allows you to deal AoE damage by spraying paint at enemies.
That paint really matches the Masters of the Night Wind's aesthetic. It's super cool.
Yeah, and so does the Spirit Loom in restoring fragmented records. Citlali will use her powers to reveal special fragments. Travelers will need to piece these fragments together and assemble them on a woven scroll.
Oh my
Make sure that
gosh.
you pay
This is
attention
like
to the
an
order
emblem
and
editor.
positions of the fragments. Oh, there's something else that we should mention. Travelers can obtain a new 4-star sword by completing this event.
What does it do? Show me the
design
stats. What does it
definitely
do?
Fits the Masters of the Night Wind. It looks like some kind of ceremonial artifact.
Hmm.
I totally agree. Oh, and this event will allow travelers to learn more about Natlan's secrets. For example, this quest will reveal new clues about a
Please,
mysterious and legendary place, the Mare Javari.
Wow, we've been hearing about this place since Mondstadt. It'll be nice to get some new information. On a related note, the Adventurers Guild has prepared a new trial for its members. Active
Aww.
adventurers have been invited
Catherine.
to take on the challenge, including
I love the
Traveler.
Adventurers Guild.
Travelers will need to complete various challenges with designated characters
Yo.
and fully leverage their skills to earn rewards.
Wait, this
I know
actually
you're
looks
up
cool
to
as
the
hell.
challenge, travelers. Good luck.
In Mondstadt-related news, the Knights of Favonius are conducting a war game to improve security tactics in the region. And who better to test these tactics than the Honorary Knight? Be sure to pay close attention to the game, since the format has changed this time. Travelers will need to select combat units and stratagems to deploy against the opposing formation. Once the lineup is set, the monsters will fight automatically. Available combat units and stratagems are completely random, just to build some unpredictability into the wargame. The chances of encountering elite combat units increases as the wargame progresses. Even more elite monsters will be available for travelers to use. It's a volatile environment, so do your best to win as many rounds as possible, earn wargame medals, and collect
I think
rewards.
that if I designed
All right, let's keep the excitement rolling in this next
gacha
event.
game
We
events,
actually have a
I would
demo,
probably go
so
crazy.
Please take a look.
Thinking that so many players are
looks
just like,
like
oh my
they're
god,
selecting
just give me the
tactics.
prima gems.
Double
I would go
damage?
insane.
That sounds powerful.
I would develop issues.
Whoa, it's automated. Cool. The elemental reaction effects are completely different.
This brand new heated battle mode is called Automatic Artistry. Powerful support cards have been added for nearly every elemental reaction. Choose cards that align with your strategy
this
to
the
trigger
TCG?
powerful elemental reactions.
I've never played
The
it.
effects will change
I still
depending on
haven't
how
played
you
it.
play. In addition, the overall gameplay is very laid back.
The cards look
Characters will
beautiful.
automatically duel each other, and skill animations are now shorter in length.
Wow,
Yeah, I've never
it's
played
like
the
we got
TCG.
a whole new Genius Invocation TCG after coming back
Mhm.
from Natlan. Talk about whiplash.
That's right. Even if you've never played Genius Invocation before, I really recommend checking out this new gameplay mode in version 5.2. The new version
We'll
will
check it
also
out.
bring a few updates
Siege
to regular
Wing
Genius
card.
Invocation TCG.
Do you ever
Cute-
feel a little cooped up
cute
while
bean.
you're playing card games?
Mhm.
Well, don't worry about that. Our next event will give travelers the opportunity to enjoy the great outdoors. In
Grass?
Claw Convoy, travelers will need to help Lamia track down some adopted animals. Travelers will be able to see the animal's point of view by
In-game
using
grass,
a special
okay.
tool. Once you've managed to deduce their location, you'll be able to track them down. Once the animals are safe and sound, travelers will receive a gift from the mysterious figure who adopted them. I feel like Ororon would really shine in this event. He's definitely an animal lover.
I can see that. I'm sure that he would jump at the chance to meet animals from other nations.
Yeah.
Finally, the Leyline Overflow event will
We love
return
it.
in version
We
5.2.
love the Leyline
If you need
Overflow
more
events.
or
I do. I
character
really be
EXP
living over
materials,
there.
then keep
I'd
an
be
eye
out there doing that shit.
Alright, let's dive into some updates and game optimizations. First up is the change to the Imaginarium Theater. Previously, travelers would be returned to the theater lobby after completing a challenge and have to reopen the Fantasia Tome to continue. Travelers provided feedback that this setup interrupted their experience. So,
This is the
will no
Imaginarium
longer
Theater?
be the case in version 5.2. Now, after finishing a battle, all you need to do is click Next Act if you want to keep fighting.
I
Nice.
still need to do the
Travelers can now
Imaginarium
enjoy the
Theater.
thrill of combat
I've just
without any
now only
interruptions.
barely
And for all
cleared the
generous
Spiral
travelers
Abyss,
who
and I'm
like
kind
to
of just
configure
like,
supports for their friends, a supporting caster record has been added in the new update. You can now check which friends have borrowed
Wow.
your supports by looking at the supporting cast screen.
Cool. It'll be nice to know that our supports are helping people out.
Yup. Oh, and the party configuration mechanic has also been optimized. Besides the elemental filtering, the Imaginarium
Hello,
Theater
please.
will now feature recommended row icons, elemental statistics, and markers for the main types of enemies.
That is so helpful. I'll occasionally put together a random team if I've just started
You
experimenting.
think I should
with some
try this
characters, but
Imaginarium
This
Theater?
information should make it a lot easier to form strategic teams.
Maybe we will.
These
Maybe we'll
markers
do
will
that this
display
upcoming
key
week.
information on how to counter enemies, but in a much more prominent position. Hopefully, this change will make
Maybe.
it easier for travelers
This
to
is
form
the
the
next
best
one, though.
teams.
This is the new one.
Yes. Now we can directly see which elements work best against specific enemies. That's definitely going to save some time.
For sure. And we can expect even more optimizations in the future as travelers continue to provide valuable feedback about their experiences. Okay, let's introduce the other system optimizations coming
More
in version
quality of life.
5.2. You can now sort 5-star artifacts in your inventory based on when you obtained them, from the
Yo.
most recent to the oldest. Second,
Yo,
the
that's super
animations
helpful.
for crafting materials, forging weapons, building furniture, and cooking dishes are now shorter in length.
Let's go.
That's
We love
really
it.
nice. The
We
dev
love
team
it.
designed a lot of intricate animations for these features.
Much faster.
But it can feel a bit frustrating when you have to watch them over and over again.
There will also be several optimizations for the Serena teapot. The seed dispensary can now hold more of every type of seed. You'll be able to purchase wood at the Realm Depot in exchange for Realm currency. In addition, the cooldown for the boon of the Elder Tree will be reduced to 5 seconds. This way, it will be easier for travelers to collect wood.
Awesome. I've been
Collecting
meaning to
wood?
use some cool replicas in my
Let's
Serena
go.
teapot,
What do
but
they
I'm
mean? What do they
always
mean by
short
collecting
on
wood?
So this should be really helpful.
Nice! I'm so excited for you! Oh, and optimizations have been made to artifact locking. The updated lock assistance interface
That gadget
will allow
cooldown
you to
feels so
configure
long.
lock
I've never
settings
used
with
it.
a single click. Just hit Use Recommended Settings and you're set. The recommended set lock
Yo!
plans will even update automatically.
You hit
based on
trees for wood to
popular
build
in-game
furniture?
configurations.
Oh, okay.
Of course, if you have your own ideas in mind, then you can always disable the recommended plans to configure custom ones instead.
The update also allows you to batch lock artifacts in your inventory based on the recommended general lock plan and set lock plans. This will make it much faster to organize your inventory.
Dude,
In addition,
That's
a
very
shortcut button
useful.
that navigates to the lock assistance interface will be added to the artifact domain challenge
automatically
screen
locks
and the
artifacts with
artifact
crit rate
acquisition
and crit
screen.
damage
This should make
as
it
minor
easier for
affixes.
travelers to
That
configure
is
their
an
locking rules whenever they
insane
want.
quality
A
of
star
life.
feature will
That's
also
crazy.
be added next to the lock button on each artifact. Travelers can use this feature to mark their favorite artifacts and filter
These are
by stars
insane.
to quickly track them down.
This is
Finally,
insane.
Treasure compasses will now be able to locate
That
even
is so
more
helpful.
treasure locations, including Sealies and time trial challenges. A quick swap feature will also be added for treasure compasses and Oculus resonance
Quick swap?
stones.
I have
Enabling this
PTSD.
feature will allow travelers to more easily use these devices across regions. The feature will automatically switch to the compass or stone that corresponds to your location in the game.
Awesome.
Yo, pretty
Be
cool.
sure to check out future announcements for more details on the version 5.2 optimizations.
All right, that was a lot of info, so this seems like a good time for our second break.
It's time for the
One
third redemption
final
code.
break. One final break. There's the redemption codes. Yeah, it seems like good quality of life. You're wondering when Genshin is gonna get overflow stamina like HSR? Overflow stamina is a blessing and a curse. Like, I think that overflow stamina, dare I say, right, is almost like it's a right. Like, as a player, this is quality of life that we expect now because it's in Hoya versus other games, right? It's not like I'm comparing it to another company or anything. Like, it's just their own games. But it does transform how I personally play ZZZ and HSR. And I think that I'm generally less engaged with those games because I can just put off spending my stamina for so long. Like, you'll see, we're about to play ZZ on our stream, twitch.tv/RobinOsiria. Come say hello, please.
Welcome back, travelers.
I have a lot
What
of
else
stamina.
do we have on the agenda, Gabe?
We have some very exciting news to share. After the version update on November 20th, travelers will be able to play Genshin Impact on
Yo!
the Xbox Series X and S. Log
Welcome,
into Genshin
Xbox
Impact
travelers.
on Xbox Series X and S consoles to receive the Wind Glider Wings of Fate's Course Intertwined. Additionally, Xbox Game Pass Ultimate members can play Genshin Impact via cloud gaming. They'll also find
Yo!
extra rewards in their in-game mailbox.
Dude, I actually might do that and get the game off my hard drive.
Alright,
I'm not
that
going to
should
do
be
that, but I
everything.
could.
That means that we've reached the end of the special program.
That was a
Is
good special
there
program.
Anything that you want to say before we go, Kai?
Yes, I'm really looking forward to all the new characters. Chasca and her weapons seem really incredible.
Yeah,
I'd love
she
to
seems
see
pretty cool.
How her travel chronicle unfolds because she has such an amazing personality.
I don't
And
agree with
Ororon
that,
seems
actually.
like a very layered character. The storytelling is definitely going to shine. What about you? Vic?
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm just so
We'll check it
excited
out.
for players to experience more of the Natlan storyline. And we have so much to explore this time.
Yeah, I'm excited for a
2
more
new
chill
tribes
chapter.
and a new area as well. And
I want to
one
rebuild.
thing
I
I've
like
always
logistics.
loved about Genshin Impact is how it's multi-platform. Like I'm always logging in on different devices depending on where I am. So
Yep.
it's just exciting to see another platform become available for everyone.
Welcome,
And,
Genshin Xbox
yeah, on
players.
that
This is going to be
note,
cool.
I hope you have fun with the new version, travelers.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye now. That special program was pretty cool. It wasn't just like the best thing I've ever seen. It didn't absolutely blow my socks off, but I am excited for the next update in Genshin Impact. We will be there.